However you celebrated your holidays this year, I hope you made the most of it. Whether that entailed curling up by the fire with a good manga to read or not. Hello everyone, I'm Zath and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my December manga haul wrapping up 2020 with some really strong titles. And if we can agree on one thing, it's that 2020 did in fact give us some good manga. So sit back, relax, because now, without further ado, let's get to the final 2020 manga haul. Do you guys remember last month when I said I really liked Arjun, Demi? Well, I wasn't kidding. And when I said I immediately ordered some more volumes, in fact, I enjoyed it so much I picked up a good chunk of the volumes that are currently released, which are volumes 5, 6, 7, 8, volume 9, volume 10, volume 11, and volume 12. Which was my personal favorite of the bunch. I cannot stress how much I'm enjoying this series. The artwork and the fight scenes are so well done. I really can't wait to see what happens. The story has me very invested to see how it all plays out. There's this really touching scene at the end of Volume 6, which I don't want to spoil, but I just wanted to say that I was really happy to see it in there. A little nod to maybe what could possibly be happening in future volumes. I'm also glad to see the character development take place in each volume. It's done, and it makes so much sense, what they go through and how they react to situations. It's very believable in its storytelling. So it's done with a lot of care, and I really appreciate that. The other thing is, what's really cool about these vertical releases is they give us some colored pages in the beginning and kind of what happened last time. I really think that's a nice touch. Kind of refreshes you and gives you the character names of what's going on. But I definitely like this inclusion. So Vertical did a really good job with these releases, and I absolutely love the colors in them. They're just so good. The bright, vibrant colors to this dark story is just really well done. So if you're not reading this series, you really, really need to. Next up is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 7. Jujutsu Kaisen has been one of those series that can go from dull to, almost me wanting to put it down to where I can't stop reading it. And I just go through these volumes so quickly. While the start of this volume wasn't particularly exciting, once it did get over that, the volume took off running. And there were some amazing panels in this. I laughed so hard when Yuji and Nobara was making fun of or finding out of Megumi's backstory. Combat is always interesting, and, it alludes to a lot of what could possibly happen down the road for characters being able to undo, and the story overall maintains my interest, so looking forward to reading more Jujutsu Kaisen coming in 2021. Next up is Spy Family Volume 3. Another hilarious volume. In this volume, we get to see Yor's brother Yuri, find out more of her backstory, and Anya participates in a dodgeball game, and it's hilarious. I absolutely enjoy this series. I also like the special missions that they put in the end. But yeah, this series is an absolute joy to read. Definitely one of my favorites from 2020, easily. I can't wait for the next volume. So if you're not reading this series and this piques your interest just a little bit, you definitely should give it a try. After that, it's Given Volume 4. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this cover? Given has some really nice covers, but this one, I really like the blue and it's just so nice. The design and but this volume, man, so much emotion in a single volume, and it's supposed to be about a band. The story, the writing is really well done in here, and you really feel for all these characters, and I feel so bad for Yuki for what happens to him in this volume. But Given has been a great series so far, but I absolutely need resolution to this volume especially. Really enjoying it, but man, yeah, really emotionally charged, and I really need the next volume as soon as possible. Next up is Don't Call Me Dirty. This is a single volume story that takes place in the middle time frame of a manga I had previously read called Don't Call Me Daddy. This story is about a homeless man and the shopkeeper's son overcoming some, base prejudice about, just homeless people in general. Overall, it's a sweet, story. Nothing too special, making it stand out on its own. I would recommend it if you did like, Don't Call Me Daddy and you want to see more of that family story. But yeah, overall, a sweet read, just, nothing too special overall. Nice character design, nice art overall. After that, we have Volume 11 of Fullmetal Alchemist Full Metal Editions. As you guys know, these are awesome, and here's another edition to add to the collection as we slowly make our way to the ending here. Man, these are so good. Nice pages. As you know, I absolutely love these. So yeah, if you're going to collect Fullmetal Alchemist, these are the editions to do it. Love the hard titles. Let's just see some, more series in these editions, hopefully later. Next up is Demon Slayer, Volume 18 and Volume 19. These battle scenes are really going all out. I absolutely love these two volumes. Demon Slayer really does a good job of making you feel all sorts of emotions when, the fight scenes are going on, and just beyond actual physical combat, you really do feel all the gambit of emotions. We get some really pretty touching stories, which I like in here, especially Inosuke gets some pretty important story lore finally fleshed out for its audience, and I was really glad because I've enjoyed Inosuke's character throughout this series, so that was really nice to see, and it really looks like Volume 20 is going to be another heartbreaking one, but, as always, I'm just gonna, follow the series until its conclusion because I've just enjoyed it so much. I'm deathly afraid for certain characters, but I really think it's going to end, when in peak shonen fashion. So if you like shonen, you haven't been reading this, you definitely should, and can't wait to read another volume. After that, we have Promised Neverland, Volume 17. While this series has moved on quite a bit from the original setting and feel, I still overall, enjoy this series. In this volume, we get to see the Demon Queen and how certain plans, come to fruition there. As always, I look forward to reading the next volume of the series because it's still enjoyable for me, and I do want to see, what happens to all these characters. After that, we have Volume 23 of Black Clover. I admit it took me a moment to remember what had happened since the last volume I had read, since it's been a little while. Yami and Charlotte are hilarious at the start of this volume, and they're pretty cute, not gonna lie. The majority of this volume sets up what appears to be the next major arc that's going to be in this, with some new villains, some high stakes, a little less action than we usually see in Black Clover volumes, but overall I enjoyed it, and I will be picking up the next volume when it's released. Next we have Dr. Stone Volume 14. Team Science just made a huge discovery, though at a great cost. Really enjoying the series. It keeps me interested, and especially after what takes place in this volume, I definitely want to see how it plays out in the next volume and see if they can handle certain things. But yeah, overall, enjoying this story. Nice arc, as always. The only big gripe I have is how Boichi draws women. Just not feeling it, but overall, story's great. Good shonen. Looking forward to the next volume. Next is Our Teachers Are Dating, Volume 1. When I first saw the series announced by 7 Seas, I was pretty excited. With shipping delays, I just got my volume this month. Unfortunately, I have to say I'm a little disappointed with it overall. While the art is very cute style and the story is very sweet, it really doesn't offer anything beyond that. Not that it's bad just to have a simple story, but I guess I wanted overall more plot and story. So, if you're just looking for a sweet, lighthearted read, you will probably enjoy this series. And wrapping up this haul is ReZero, Starting a Life in Another World, Chapter 3, Truth is Zero, Volume 11. This volume wraps up Chapter 3, and honestly, nothing happens in this volume. No joke, really. We're introduced to some future villain that our heroes have to address, and some alternate story. It was, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just falling off my enjoyment of this series, because Chapter 1 started out so strong for me. I was like, this is really, this is good. I really enjoyed it, and 2 was a slog. 3 was only saved by, Wilhelm's character and story kept me interested, but In this volume, the pace just seemed shifted back to Subaru's like harem and how much Ren loves him while he loves another character. It was just tedious to truck through. Chapter 4 is being released in the later half of January, so I might pick that up and kind of see if it can hold my interest, but it may be time to pull the curtain on this series unless there are some drastic improvements on the writing front. And that's going to do it for my December haul. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go read Arjun. It's so good. Such a good series. Really looking forward to collecting more of that in 2021. If you've been reading any of these series already, let me know in your opinions in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Zath. Have a good day.